Hello students, good morning, hope you are safe. So today I am going to continue with the same lesson, political science, that is second lesson, public administration. So today I am going to explain about the scope. Children, do you know what you mean by scope? Scope means an opportunity. So the public administration. There is an disagreement between the thinkers with regard to the scope. With regard to the scope of public administration. Means there was a disagreement among the thinkers of the public administration. So what happened? The experts. So some are saying that there is a wide scope and some thinkers are saying that there is a narrow scope. So today I am going to tell you who are saying there is a wide scope and who are saying that there is a narrow scope. So the experts like Woodrow Wilson and L.D. White argues that they says that the public administration has a wide scope, but according to that is Luther, Gulick and Simon, public administration has a narrow scope. According to them, according to who? According to Luther, Gulick and the Simon, they argue that the public administration is having the narrow scope and the public administration is limited to the executive activities of the government. But who's argued that Woodrow Wilson and the L.D. White, they argue that the public administration is having the wide scope. So today there are some of the words, letters, English letters are there. Words are there that are going to explain about the scope of the public administration. So what kind of opportunities are there? First thing is planning. Planning and agenda that the government machinery seeks to implement by working on the methods of implementation. So before we do anything, first we'll make a list. This list is agenda is nothing but an list. First we'll do the plan. For example, now to construct the house and all, what we'll do? First we'll put a blueprint, then we'll start constructing. So first we need a proper planning, we need a proper agenda. Then we can work on that. The next one that is an organization. Organization is what? Forming various department structures like division, subdivisions and other administration structures of the entrusting roles and responsibility for each of the and to achieve the desired goals. What we do in the organization? First we will form the various departments. Then we'll divide them into division and subdivision and we entrust them. The other administration structure, what they will do? They'll give entrust means what? They'll give some of the roles and responsibility for each department. Then what they'll do? They'll achieve for the desired goals. The next one that is in staff. Recruiting and training needed to staff. It also includes the rules and regulations to the civil service. That's what they do. They'll recruit, they'll appoint, they'll give the training to the needed staff and then they'll give the rules and regulation to the civil service employees. The next one that is in direction. So in this direction what we see? Providing direction and orders to the various department. Giving orders and direction, suggestion, giving guidance and orders to the various departments. Next one that is coordination. There should be coordination in between the various departments and they'll resolve, for example, like facilitating the interaction between the various departments, resolving the conflicts between them, fight whatever the problems, always solving them and converging them through converging their functions. So that is called as coordination. If there is for better better work and all, what they do, they'll gather the various departments. So whatever the problems are there between them, they'll resolve them through converging. Converging is nothing but conducting the meetings and all. Like that, they can resolve their problems. That is called as a coordination. So next one, that is a reporting. Reporting of the officials to the senior officers. What they have to do? They have to report to the report by the officials to the senior officers on the functions of the various department, and submission of report, and they have to submit the report to the legislature. So that is called as a reporting, submission of the report to the legislature by conducting research, documentation and investigation. That is called as a reporting. So the officials, what they have to report to the senior officials and all, and they have to submit the report conducting on research, it should be in a proper documentation. They have to do investigation and they have to submit their report to the senior officers. Next one, that is a budget. Managing the financial planning. Here expensive and income, calculation and auditing. So that is come under the budget. So these are the scopes of these things in the public administration. The next one, that is a recruiting. Recruiting is nothing but appointing eligible candidates to the civil service. So civil services, they are called as a permanent employment, permanent service, permanent job. So here, so they in the civil service, they select. There is a selection of eligible candidates to the civil service by the methods by the scientific method of conducting and motivating them for the competitive exam is called as a civil service, or it is called as a recruitment. So the eligible candidates, they select the eligible candidates and motivate them to compete to the competitive exams and to the civil service. So this recruitment is called as selecting the person is called as a recruitment to the civil service. So under the recruitment, you can see two methods of recruitment are there. That is a direct recruitment and the internal recruitment. So direct recruitment is the most popular recruitment through the scientific method. Through competitive exams, they will select the eligible candidates. So here, how they select the eligible candidate? If an efficient, honest person, they will select to the public service. So that person should be he should be a very creative, intelligent and a good and positive behavior. So that kind of a person they will select through the direct recruitment. So this direct recruitment, he has to participate in the competitive exams. So that is called as a scientific method. So like that, they'll select the eligible candidates to the civil services. So the next one, that is an internal recruitment. So the eligible candidate, he'll be in service, but for the higher position, for the higher post, they select the person. So that is called as an internal recruitment. So direct recruitment, the person, they'll select the eligible person, the honest person, intelligent, creative person through through competitive exam is called as a direct recruitment. Internal recruitment, already the person will be capable, intelligent. Through the in service, the person is in service for the higher post. They select that selection is called as an internal recruitment. So today I have explained your scope and the recruitment students. Scope. There is a wide scope in the public administration according to Woodrow Wilson and the L.D. White. They are arguing that there is a wide scope in the public administration. But by other thinkers like Luther Bullock and the Simon, they argue that there is a narrow scope. According to them, that the legislature, the executive is activating of the government. Planning, there should be a proper agenda before doing the work. the planning agenda that the government seeks, missionary seeks to implement by working on the methods of implementation. So before there should be proper planning. Now for example, like the three pillars of the government is called as a legislature, executive and judicial. So these three departments is working. The legislature is a group of people. They will frame the laws, policies and all, rules and regulations. The executive, they will implement in the society to the public. We the public has to follow them, and we will be having certain rights and duties. We have to do it. There is a judiciary. The judiciary is a law. It will protect the rights and it will punish if you won't fulfill, if you won't do our duties properly. So these are the three pillars of the public administration. So they are under the scope. So organization is various, they forming the various department together structure. They divide the work into division and subdivisions and all, and then entrust. They give the roles and responsibilities to each for the achievement of the desired goals. So that is called as an organization. Staffing means what? Recruiting, appointing and training. Recruiting and training the eligible candidates needed to the staff. It also includes the frames of rules and regulations to the civil service, the one who are in the service. So direction is providing direction and orders to the various department whether they are doing the work properly or no. Coordination. So there should be a coordination, facilitating better interaction between the various departments. All together they have to work, then only there should be a teamwork. If there is any problem between the departments and all, they have to make bring them under one roof. What all the conflicts are there, what all the problems are there in between them, they can resolve. That is called as resolving the conflicts and conversion their meeting. So conduct the meeting and solve all the problems. So that is called as coordination. Reporting. So whatever the work they have done by the officials, they have to report to their senior officials about the functions, the duties of the various department, and submit the report to the legislature. Provide through to conduct. They have to conduct the investigation, research, and the documentation. So next one, that is it is a financial matter planning and all. Your expensive income calculation and auditing. So this budget comes under the financial matters and all. So next one, that is recruitment. Recruitment is nothing but appointing the eligible candidates to the civil services. So there are two methods, two types of recruitments are there: direct recruitment and the internal recruitment. Direct recruitment is selecting the eligible candidates through competitive exams is called as direct recruitment. And internal recruitment, already the eligible person is in service for the higher position. To appoint to the higher position is called as internal recruitment. I hope so students, you all are understanding. If you have any doubts and queries and all, when you all come to notes correction, you all can come near me and I can sort out your whatever the problems is there. So thank you students.